Right, you guys, welcome to the On Fire team call. This is April 23rd. We're almost all the way through April. Just blows my mind every Tuesday I get on and say the date. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're almost through a whole other month. But we have such an amazing call tonight. I am so excited. I've got my notebook ready to take notes. But first, I want to kick us off with a few shout outs for the month. So I'm going to share my screen. And it always puts the little people right where I need it to. Okay. Shout outs for April. Leading the way, we've got Miss Jordan Young, Callahan Clinton, and Jessica Turner all at Success Club 12. We've got Shelby Frost, Bonnie Calta, Jonna Packer, and Ashley Lambert all at Success Club 10. Amazing job, ladies. And we've got myself, Leslie Sullivan, Lindsay Backus, Ashley Zahn, Erin Allen, Bridget Pygot, Logan Underwood, Holly Perks, Sharon Slack, and Megan Hopkins, all at, it says Success Club 10, but I didn't edit that. It is Success Club 5. Awesome job, you guys. And then also Success Club 10. No, but on the board, look at all these names, and the numbers next to it represent the people's lives that we are changing. Incredible. And if I would have had time, I should have added them all up to let you guys know how many lives we've changed this month, but I will do that on Thursday when I share in the team page. But you guys are just blowing it out of the water. We've got some Rockstar recruiters this month as well. Everyone over here on the right has recruited at least one person. We've got Bonnie, Bridget, Casey, Heather, Heidi, Holly, Jessica, Lindsay, Meg, Melissa, Paul, and Sharon have all recruited 2 people this month. Ashley Zahn has recruited 4. Jonna, Leslie, and Shelby have recruited 3. And we've got Callahan, myself, and Jordan with 6 new coaches to our team this month, which if you guys don't know, if you recruit 5 coaches in 1 month, Beachbody is like, hey, way to go, way to grow your team. Here's an extra bonus. You actually get a $100 bonus for that. So that is always something to shoot for. But you guys are freaking incredible. I'm so proud of everyone on here. So we are going to jump into the call because we've got some amazing up-and-coming leaders in the team to share with us how they are growing their business, what they've done so far to get success early in the process. So we've got Ashley Zahn, Shelby Frost, and Veronica Anderson here with us tonight. And we are going to let them just introduce themselves to kick us off. Just tell us your name, a little bit about yourself, when you started coaching, and if you work outside of coaching, just give us a little bit of a rundown. Shelby, do you want to kick us off? She's like, no, I don't want you to say.
Yes. Hey guys, so I'm Shelby, if I don't know you. I live in Colstrip, Montana. It's like a tiny, tiny little town. I'm secluded from everybody. My fiance is an instrument technician at the power plant here, and we have an almost 3-year-old together. He'll be 3 May 10th. So outside of coaching, I actually deal poker every Thursday night. I love it. It's one of my favorite hobbies. And then I bartend on Tuesday nights. I actually was supposed to work tonight, but I was so excited for this that I was like, I'm not going to work. Bye. I'm going to figure it out. And so I do that outside of coaching. I actually signed up as a coach the end of April last year, mostly just for the discount. And then I started actually coaching the end of October and the beginning of November this last year. So
awesome. So glad you're on here. Can't wait to hear more from you. Ashley, do you want to introduce yourself, girl? Are you there? Do you want me to unmute you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you see me?
There you are. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So I'm a third grade teacher, and I love it so much. It's the best job in the world. I have 27 little 8 and 9-year-olds in my class. I'm also a grad school student, so I'm working on my master's degree right now to help students become bilingual in their native language and English. And I also have an Etsy store where I do line drawings. I'm married. I've been married for about 11 years to my husband, and we have a little Chiweenie pup, and that's it. Yeah. I started coaching last month, so about March 10th. March 10th.
So she's our brand newbie here.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So glad you're here. Veronica, introduce yourself, girl.
Hey, of course, he starts talking as soon as I get unmuted. So I'm Veronica. I, outside of Beachbody, have a job that I don't love nearly as much as Shelby and Ashley. I work in document control at the Hanford site. I'm from Tri-Cities. And I'm married. My husband and I have been married for about 2.5 years, and we have a little almost 2-month-old. I originally signed up for the discount in November of 2017, and I actively started coaching in March of this year. So, yeah.
Awesome. I always hear, like, the more calls you're on, you'll hear people be like, okay, so your sign up date was when, but like, when was your start date? Because there are definitely unicorns like myself and Leslie and Jordan who signed up and started, like, literally my sign up date is my start date, but so many people, the majority of people have a sign up date and a start date. So I love that, you're like, well, I signed up then, but I didn't really coach till then. Like, you are totally not alone. All right, Leslie, you want to kick us off with getting to know these girls?
Yeah, I'm super excited to hear from you girls. Okay, so our very first question, and I hope you guys all have notebooks out and you're going to take notes. So how did you find Beachbody, and why did you decide to coach? So Shelby, do you want to kick us off?
Sure. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit weird. So I always knew about Beachbody, but I never, I knew that they were workouts from home, but I never really looked into it. So up until my friend Ashley had invited me in December, I honestly thought that Beachbody was still just like DVDs getting sent to your house, plugging them in and working out, So that's about as much as I knew about it up until December, when my friend Ashley messaged me and she was like, hey, do you want to do this new program called 80-Day Obsession with me? I think it's going to be really great. And I was just like, sure. Like, I was an active gym goer, but I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. I didn't even really know if I was going to stick with it. I actually think I maybe signed up with the free trial at first and then just was planning on doing the 3-month subscription. And so, yeah, that's how I kind of got started. I just jumped in. I was just like, okay, sure, whatever. And I got the first week in, and I honestly could not believe that I had even stuck with the workouts for 6 days in a row. And then it's history from there. So.
And so what was the point where you decided, like, okay, this is it, like, I'm going to be a coach?
After I finished 80-Day, I got incredible results, and Ashley was like, hey, you should start coaching. And I was like, I don't really know. I don't think anybody's gonna really look at me as a coach, but I will sign up for the discount because I do want to save money on my shakes. And then, right away I signed up my brother and a few of my best friends, but that's all I really did until, like I said, October, November of this last year, when I started actively coaching.
And what was that, like, moment? Like, what changed? Like, why did you decide to start sharing?
Well, Ashley was bugging me, and she just told me, she's like, you know what, I think that you could do this with me. she's like, I don't know. I just have a feeling that this could be something that could be really great and huge for you and I. And basically, like, let's be business partners and let's do this together. And then she set me up with a call with Renee. And after I talked to Renee, I don't know, my mindset just completely shifted. And I was like, you know what? I can do this. I have a ton of people who are messaging me, and I kind of just don't message them back because I would get nervous and be like, and Renee was just like, you know what? I see your full potential, and I think that you could go diamond in 30 days if you wanted to. And I got off that call and I put both feet in, and that was it. I totally fell in love. And not only that, obviously it's the ultimate form of accountability. I started putting myself out there more, so I knew that I wasn't going to let, all these people down that were relying on me to show up. So yeah, that's it. Thank you, Renee and Ashley.
I love that so much, because you guys, so many times when you present challengers with a coaching opportunity, they're going to tell you no, maybe once or twice or 3 times or 4 times, but you have to tell them why they're going to be amazing at this. And I guarantee you that that is what Renee told Shelby. Like she said, why she was going to be incredible at this, and she needed to hear that like affirmation from not only her coach but maybe her upline coach, and that gave her the confidence to say yes. I love it so much.
Yeah,
awesome. Okay, so Ashley, tell us how you found Beachbody and why you decided to coach. Oh, Haley, will you?
Somehow I always get muted. Sorry. I'm still figuring this out. So I first found Beachbody in, I think it was 2012. I was my absolute heaviest. I was wearing like a size 22 and 3X. I was just super uncomfortable. And my friend, who was pretty fit, but she just had a baby, she was doing the Insanity DVDs, and she asked me if I wanted to do them with her. And I'm pretty sure she bought them at like a yard sale or something. Like, we didn't really know anything about Beachbody. But we started doing the DVDs, and I lost 50 pounds, and I got to like the best shape of my life. And I loved it. Like, I loved everything about it. But at that point in my life, I was thinking like, okay, I don't know anything about Beachbody. I don't know how much it is. I was too nervous to look into how much it was. And just kind of assumed that I couldn't afford it, and it wasn't really something I could continue. So I kind of forgot about it until Leslie came into my Instagram one day. I don't remember how I found her. It was like we had a mutual friend or something, and I started following her, and I was like, oh, she's so positive and inspiring. Like, I want to, I'm going to follow her. And then for 6 months, she messaged me about it, and I just kind of kept blowing her off, and didn't really think I had time for it. Didn't think I could afford it. I have so much going on in my life that I was like, there's no way I can add one more thing, And I just kept, like, it planted a seed though. Like, every time she messaged me, it planted a seed, and then it watered it. And I would tell my husband, like, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking about it, but I just don't know if it's for me. And then she put out a call to action one day, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to do it. I have Mexico coming up. I'm going on a trip this summer. I've never been out of the country. I want to feel good. And so I messaged her, and I was like, hey, how much is this challenge pack or this challenge group thing you're doing? Not even knowing what that meant. And then when she was presenting it to me, she was asking me like, well, do you want to be a coach or a customer? When you're a coach, you get this discount, blah, blah, blah. And she'd already told me before, sorry, I'm a fast talker, guys. She already told me before that she thought I would be a really good coach. And I was like, oh, I don't know that anybody would want me to be their coach. Like, okay. But when I was filling out the form, something in me was just like, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to do it, and I'm just going to try it. And so I just filled out the form like I was going to start actually coaching. And that was it, basically. I just started going.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say to that. That is exactly how it went down. So you guys, that's just testimony to the fact that you just keep watering the seeds. Like Ashley said, you guys have heard this a million times that people will tell you no. over and over and over again. Maybe you told your coach no over and over and over again. And it's disheartening to hear no, but you just have to keep watering that seed. And I just kept telling Ashley that she would be amazing and kept showing up and loving her and inviting her. And eventually she said yes. So don't give up on people. All right, Veronica, it's your turn. How did you find Beachbody and why did you decide to coach?
So, I had been friends with Logan on Facebook for a while, like low-key stalking her because, let's be real, she had some amazing results. And I had been we'd been married for less than a year, and I'd been struggling with depression a lot, just not really feeling like myself. I put on like 25 pounds immediately after we got married, and was just really not feeling very, very hot. And so I don't remember exactly what post it was, but it was something along the lines of like Logan posted a picture of her in her early 20s, like when she was in college, and how she thought that she was really, really fit. And then she posted a picture of her in her 30s and was like way amazing. I was like, that's what I want. I want that. And I don't want to wait until I have 2 kids to get that. Like, I want that right now. And so I messaged her and was like, okay, I'm doing this. I'm going to dive in before I can change my mind because it was worth investing in myself. And originally, and then she brought up the whole coaching thing. She's like, I'm just going to sign you up for the discount because, it's worth it. And then if you decide you like the shakes, because I was totally like, well, I'm just going to do the 30 days of shakes and then I'm going to cancel it because I'm not going to like them. And she was like, well, if you do decide to like them, then this gets you a really great discount. And then if you want to coach in the future, you can. And so I was like, yeah, okay, whatever, Logan. It's whatever. I'm not going to coach. And then I got pregnant and I started thinking about what my life was going to be after I had the baby. Because my whole life I'd been like, I'm going to be a working mom. I'm going to have my kids and then I'm going to go back into the office because that's what my mom did and she loved it and we're basically the same person. And I literally like had Atlas, that's my son, Atlas, and within like an hour turned to my husband in the hospital and was like, I'm not going back to work. I cannot go back there. And of course, financially right now that's not really an option, but it was just like this moment where I was like, I'm diving in head first into this business because I've seen how it's changed so many people's lives on my team. Like, it's insane. The fact that like so many of you guys have been able to supplement or completely replace your full-time income. I was like, if they can do it, why can't I? And so, yeah.
Oh, I love it so much. I just love you. Okay, 2 points I want to make by what she said. I was like taking notes. Okay, the post that Logan made about like 20s versus 30s, I guarantee you Logan had made that post a million times, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
She posts that post all the time, right? 20s versus 30s, 20s versus 30s. You guys, keep showing up. Keep showing your transformation. Keep talking about your story. She talks about the peanut butter and jelly crust, the last few bites of mac and cheese, how she looks better in her 30s and the 20s. Like, that post that day was in Veronica's newsfeed at the very right time that Veronica needed to see it, okay? So you have to keep telling your story. And then the second part that really hit me was that she presented the coaching opportunity to Veronica. Even though Veronica said, no, I'm going to cancel my shakes in 30 days. Never rule anyone out, okay? You never know who is going to need this opportunity. You can't prejudge, okay? She offered this opportunity to Veronica, even though Veronica said, I'm going to cancel in 30 days. I don't want it, okay? She still offered it to her. Offer it to everyone. We get caught up in this fear that people are going to like disappear on us. And like Carl on the cruise was like, do you really think people are going to be like, oh, you offered me a discount? Actually, I'm going to be like miserable. Never mind. Bye. I'm just going to be overweight and miserable. See you later. You guys, offer it to everyone. The opportunity has changed Veronica's life. Okay. Sorry. Those were like 2 things that I just could not mention. Awesome. All right, Haley, it's all you.
Love it. All right, you guys. So now we're going to go into a little bit about some of the activities that you are doing to gain momentum in your business to help you bring in new challengers, new coaches, hit Success Club. Just keep, gain the momentum and keep it going. So if there are, I don't know how, like 2 or 3 activities that you want to share with us, or what you've done to build that momentum once you got started. I know all of you are in different aspects of your business, but just go back kind of to that first month, Shelby. Tell us, like, I know you said you got on the phone with Renee and that just like changed your mindset. So after you got off the phone and you're like, okay, I can do this, I can go diamond in 30 days. What activities did you do to build your business?
So personal development for me every single day is huge. Just because, and you probably, all of you guys know that. But just because it helps me to continue to push that fear aside, to keep sharing, to keep inviting, to not get discouraged by a no, to not get discouraged by a no response, and to follow up always. I swear, half of the girls that I have signed up, I have had to follow up with them constantly. And I'm constantly following up with the people that I'm comfortable with, by the way. If I'm not totally comfortable, I will give it, but I don't ever want it to fall between the cracks. And I want them to know that I am still here and I care. Last night, Renee had said something about it's more yucky if you invite somebody and then you never follow up with them again. And that is so true. That was just like, boom, truth bomb. It totally is. Because if you invite somebody and you don't ever follow up with them, it just looks like you were trying to make a buck off of them. Like you don't really care. You don't, so that hit me hard. And then also I'm almost always consistently posting on my social media and following through with my commitment to whatever program I am doing. I'm taking my followers on this journey with me. I am, I'm sharing the good, I'm sharing the bad, I'm doing my, vital behaviors, but at the same time, I'm also sharing the fun side and the mom side of me as well. So on top of my workout clips and my healthy food and all that kind of stuff, I am posting real life. For me, I like to drink all of the beer and hang out with my kiddo. So that's getting posted on top of, my healthy side. And I really think that like a lot of you, is what has helped me to be successful, just because other women can relate to you, which in turn helps them to trust you and think, wow, she's just like me. So if she can do it, then I can do it too. So there's that.
Awesome. I love it. Can I ask you just some like specific details?
Sure.
Okay. So, we hear all kinds of different numbers on national wake up calls and different trainings, but you are a mom of a young kid. You've got jobs outside of Beachbody. Do you have a specific, like, I'm going to do this and this and this and this every day, and like you check it off your list, like you have a specific power hour? Or are you more of, hey, whenever he's napping, I'm going to squeeze this in, and whenever I'm going to squeeze this in? Do you have like non-negotiables of, I'm going to invite this many people a day or per week? Or
so I actually have made first of all, I am really just, go as I can. Whenever my kiddo is napping, whenever, he's having a play date and I know that he's going to be content, that's when I sit down and I start to do my work. And, at first I was not really good about the inviting, I'll be honest, just because I had so many people coming to me. I was like, okay, I can get away with this. I can get away with not inviting. It scares me. It makes me nervous. But just within, the last couple of months, it's non-negotiable that I'm going to be inviting at least 15 people every single week. And on top of that, I will be following up, you know, after a couple of weeks. I don't know what my, sorry. So that's really how I go about things. I kick myself because I wish that I could be more, you know, at this time during the day, I'm going to do this, but it varies. You know, when you have a toddler, you never know. So I'll try to sit down and get something done, and he's screaming in my face, and I'm like, well, it's not going to get done today. Hopefully tomorrow.
Awesome. But I love to hear that though, because sometimes you can hear different things and you kind of feel like, well, shoot, I'm not doing what I need to be doing. I'm not as scheduled as I need to be. But like hearing, you know, you're a lot like me. Like I just kind of go by how my day is going, and we can still be successful. And you guys, did you hear that? 15 people a week. So that's what she can handle, and that she's following up with those people that she's invited before. And you guys, she's not just hitting Success Club 6. She's hitting Success Club 20 and Success Club 15. And she's bringing in a lot of people every month. She went diamond very quickly. So, I hope you're taking notes. All right, Miss Ashley, I want to hear from you because you were working full time. You've got lots on your plate, but what activities are you doing in the time that you do have to work Beachbody in your business to get that momentum going literally in the last 4 weeks, maybe? I don't even know. Has it been 4 weeks, 5 weeks? Hit Success Club. You're like an emerald away from diamond. So just tell us what you've been doing.
Yeah, so hopefully this worked this time. So I work my business like inviting between the hours of like 6 and whenever I go to bed, 10 or 11, because that's like, those are the hours that I get home. I'm done with tutoring after school, and I have time to really invite people and message people and talk to people. But I try to story throughout my day. So I always on Instagram, and then I post it to Facebook too. I always start my day with stories, like when I'm eating my pre-workout meal, when I'm drinking my Energize, when I'm doing my workout. And I don't just talk about, oh, I'm about to work out. I talk about what's going on in my day, or what I'm excited about this week, or, you know, what's going on in my life. And that has honestly gotten me 99% of the people that are my coaches and customers, because they feel a connection with me. They feel like they are with me on my journey. And I started day one of my program, I was on my stories. And so people have really seen my progress, and they've seen like a change in me. So I went from being, I mean, I still get stressed out. I'm a teacher, but I went from being very stressed out and just feeling really overwhelmed to a lot lighter. And people in my real life, like my coworkers, I have like 3 coworkers on the verge of signing up, because they're like, you just seem so much lighter and happier and more positive, and like you just have a different outlook on life. And I share about that on my stories and in real life. It's like, this is giving me a different outlook on life. It is giving me this positivity and a glow, and it's making me feel good. And so just consistently sharing about like what the opportunity is doing for me. And I try every night when I get home, I check in with all my girls who already have signed up with me, because I think that's super important, because I know when I signed up, I wanted accountability, and I wanted someone to check in with me and not just be like, okay, you're signed up, like have a good life. And so I check up with them every day. I have someone who texts me in the morning, like always when she finishes her workout. So I'm consistent with that. And then I try to invite at least 3 people a day. Sometimes it's 2, but I usually shoot for 3. And I always post polls in my stories. So that's something I just started doing a couple weeks ago. And that has been killer for me, because a lot of people, and I was the same way, don't want to just direct message you or comment on something because it's intimidating. And so you put a poll up there and they just click it, and it's so much easier. And then I message them and I take the fear away from them. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what else I was going to say. I just post a lot. I post a lot of stories.
No, that is so awesome. And like Leslie said, like you are consistent, like you are showing up every single day. You're sharing the same aspects of your day, but like, it's not always like, did my workout, here's my shake. here's my energize. Like, you're talking about how you're feeling, what you're doing the rest of the day, and how, you know, school went or whatever it is, but you're showing up in their story section every single day. You're showing up on, so are you posting once a day too? Or is that?
Yes, I post once a day on Instagram, which I just started doing that a couple weeks ago. That is tougher for me because I have to take the time to really sit down and do it. But I found a time that it works for me, so I've started doing that every day.
Good. Awesome. So just consistency, you guys. I hope you are hearing that. Just being consistent and showing up for her people and herself. Thanks, girl. All right, Veronica, you there still? There you are.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've already asked the question, but just what activities are you doing to gain momentum in your business, to help you bring in new people every month, help you hit Success Club? I know as a new mom, it can be a lot.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
how are you doing it?
So for me, like the biggest thing is making sure that I listen to the National Wake Up Call every Monday, and then I'm on this team call every Tuesday. Like, it's a top priority. Like, I've worked it out with my husband that usually he gets baby hour from 6:30 to 7:30 on Tuesday nights, because this is like so important for me. Because I struggle a lot with becoming really unmotivated or getting really down when things aren't working very well. So these calls really keep me going. And then, like everybody else said, consistency, showing up every day. I'm not that great at stories. It's really hard because my son tends to be really fussy whenever he's awake. And so finding time where he's not screaming and getting on stories is really tough. So I focus a lot of my attention on posting on Instagram. So since I've really like buckled down and started coaching, I posted every single day on my Instagram. And for me, like, that's really, really hard to do as a newborn, with a newborn. So I draft out all my posts for the week on Sunday. So I'll draft out like 4 or 5 and get them going. And then all I have to do is add my hashtags at the end. Because otherwise it wouldn't happen. Like, let's just be real. And then, inviting everyone. So I go through and I invite everybody, and I follow up with anybody I've already invited that likes my posts or watched my stories. The preview app's great, Jordan. Leslie introduced me to that on Friday, and it's already like changing the game. So I invite everyone. I try and send out between 3 and 5 invites a day. Some days are better than others, but I try and average between like 15 and 20 for the week usually. Those are my main 3, is making sure that I'm on all the calls that I can be, and posting to Instagram and Facebook every day, and making sure that I do my follow-ups and invites.
Awesome. And are you doing this 7 days a week? Are you doing it 5 days a week?
7 days.
Awesome.
Yep,
right,
every single day.
I want you to hear the like across the board from these 3 ladies, what it was about, right? What got their businesses going? What is bringing in new people to them? Consistency with the vital behaviors. It is simple, right? They all showed up for themselves. They're all reading personal development. They are all, following a program, sticking with it. They're inviting, and they're helping other people get results, right? Nothing special. I think they are special, and I'm so happy that they are rock stars on our team, but there's nothing special about them except they are freaking consistent. So write that really big on your paper, okay? All right, we're gonna move on.
All right, so the next question is super simple. You're just gonna give me a really simple answer. What would you tell a brand new coach is the number 1 thing they should do to hit the ground running? Shelby?
Easy. Make sure that you are signing up your spouse, and a family member or a close friend. Emerald in 24 hours is so doable. It's so doable. And it is, and then just after that, your vital behaviors. But number one thing, what I tell my new coaches all the time, that.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
Emerald in 24 hours.
I love it. You guys have probably all seen the Emerald in an hour video, and so many people say, I don't have any family members to sign up. First of all, how many family members have you invited? That's like the number one thing I ask. Secondly, how have you invited them? So have you said like, hey, I'm starting a business and I would really like your support, okay? I know that's how Haley invited her family members, and I freaking love that. If you opened a restaurant, your family members would come eat the food, okay? They want to support you, okay? And then third, it doesn't have to be a family member. You have best friends, you have neighbors, you know people, breathing people, okay? It doesn't have to be complicated. I love that so much, Shelby. That's freaking awesome. Emerald is a decision. It's awesome. Okay, Ashley, what would you tell a brand new coach is the number one thing they should do to hit the ground running?
Okay, the number one thing I would say, and it's so simple, is to just do it. Like, I feel like it's so hard. Like, some people psych themselves out and think like, oh, I need more training, I need more guidance, I need to like listen to more wake-up calls before I jump in. Just do it. Just start sharing, just start inviting, and like just go for it. That's how I feel.
Yes, I love that Ashley didn't get bogged down with training. Ashley went Emerald before she even pressed play on her first workout, you guys. She went Emerald before she even pressed play on her first workout, okay? So before she even got into a training, before she ever watched a YouTube video, I mean, she watched the Emerald YouTube video, but that was it, okay? So don't feel like you need more training. We have so many overtrained coaches in this company when you just need to go invite people and share with people this incredible gift that has changed your life. That's all you have to do. All right, Veronica, you're up.
So I'm definitely the like analysis paralysis person. So what helped me a lot and what I recommend doing for everybody else is finding one person within our team to hold you accountable. So like for me, it's Emma Stewart, because she's like just a little bit further in her coaching business than I am. So we're close enough where we can hold each other accountable and push each other to get our goals. So because a whole group is really great to hold you accountable, but sometimes it can feel really overwhelming. So finding that one person that you can, yes, Jacqueline, I'm stoked. One person that can hold you accountable it changed the game for me.
Awesome. I really love that too. So you can find a success partner like in our team. I have a success partner. Jordan is my success partner. She pushes me. She is brutally honest and gives me honest feedback when I'm being dumb. And I love that and pushes me. But you guys, you can also invite a success partner, okay? Like when I started, the first person I invited was Renee. And she's been on this journey with me for 3 freaking years, okay? So if you're a brand new coach on this call, like invite someone to take this journey with you. Like that is like the best way to start coaching, and like, let's do this together. I can't imagine doing this without you. That is what you say to your best friend. That is what you say to your sister. I can't imagine doing this without you. And Renee and I have obviously been doing this for 3 years now, and I can't imagine doing this without her.
Love it. All right, you guys. So similar question, but a little bit different. Can be as simple as you want it to be, all right? So what is the best piece of advice you've been given about your coaching business? So last time you were giving advice, but what is the best piece of advice that you've been given about your coaching business? Shelby?
Definitely to number one, there's a few, but number one would be to treat your business like it's a business, because it is one. Learn as you go. Do not stress yourself out in the beginning trying to know every single little thing about the business. know the basics, and know what daily tasks you're going to do to help you reach your business goals. Be yourself, be real. Like I said earlier, take, your followers on your journey with you. Like I said before, share the good, share the bad. Ask yourself, who can I relate to? And then build your brand from there. And then also, I'm not sure if somebody at one point had told me this or if I read it somewhere, but it stuck with me and it continues to stick with me to this day. But it was, don't strive to make sales, strive to make a difference. And start by putting others first and treat people how you want to be treated, and you're already halfway there. And that is what I go off of personally. That is what is with me all the time. I'm never looking at it as a sale. I'm looking at it as I am literally helping this person make a positive change in their life to become a better version of themselves. And that is probably, like I said, I don't know if somebody told me that at one point or if I read it, but probably the best thing that I have came across since starting this. So
I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I mean, just do it and then learn as you go.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have to.
Yeah, definitely don't stress. Trying to know that's what I was trying to do at first was, oh my gosh, I don't know this and I don't know that. And no. Yeah. Someone was like, don't stress in the beginning, trying to know every little single thing, just know the basics and learn as you go.
Yes. And
know what you're going to do every single day to reach your goals.
Yes. And treating it like a business, you guys.
Yeah,
that is
definitely.
I heard in a call I was on the other day, he was talking about the same thing and talking about when people say, oh, I guess I'll give this a try. No, you decide that you are going to make this happen, right? You can't say, oh, I'll try it for a couple months and see. No, you guys, no, just like Shelby said, if you want this to be a business, if you want this to be a part-time income, a full-time income, whatever, you have to treat it as such. All right. Love it. All right, Ashley, what you got for us, girl? What was the question? My phone closed. What's the best piece of advice you've been given about your coaching business?
Okay. The best piece of advice is to believe that you have value to add to people's lives. That was really hard for me because I just kept feeling like I don't want to be a peddler, like trying to sell them some, magic stuff. We have tools and resources that can help people, and believe that you can help make a difference in their life. And so now I go at it with that view of I have something that can change this person's life. Why would I try to keep it to myself? Why wouldn't I share it with them? And also just to be authentic. Don't just show the best parts of your life to people on social media, and don't just show them oh, come join my wonderful life. Show them that you're a real person who struggles and you can help them through those struggles just like you're getting through them yourself. So simple.
Oh my gosh. Simple, but I love it so much. You guys, I think sometimes we do get stuck in that mindset of, oh, well, what, I don't have anything cool to share. I'm my story is, I was there. I don't really have a story to share. What value am I adding? We all have value to add to the people who are following us. Don't ever for once think you don't. All right. Love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right, Veronica, what is the best piece of advice that you have been given for your coaching business?
Probably the best piece would be that you don't have to have some incredible transformation before you can start coaching. Because that's honestly what held me back for a really long time. But I found that consistency is just as inspirational as transformations.
Absolutely. And taking people on the journey with you. We talk about that all the time, how people want to go on the journey right along with you versus all of a sudden you pop up this before and after picture and they're like, okay, but can I do that? They don't know because they haven't watched you. So I love, like, you can start right away. That is an amazing piece of advice. I wanted to share this thing with you guys, and then we're gonna kind of close it out with everybody. If I can find it. So as far as like reaching our goal, building our business, it all comes down to this one formula, right? It's not all about how many people we're inviting, not all about how many posts we're making a day or how much we're showing up in social media. Like, it's all these things together. And I want you to write this down. All right. So it's consistency, which we've heard consistently throughout the call tonight, right? Consistency plus intensity, which another word for intensity is passion, plus worth, just like Ashley was talking about, plus time is going to give you whatever goal you are reaching for in life with this business. It takes all of that. It can't just be one thing. All right. And so when Ashley was sharing her piece of advice, I was like, oh, I have to share that formula with them. So to close us out, that was the last question we gave you guys, right? Okay. I would love to know, we've got about 10 minutes, but I would love to know how your life has changed since becoming a part of Beachbody and On Fire Empire, and where you see your life in 5 years because of Beachbody. That's, sorry, throwing kind of like an emotional question at you on the fly. Are y'all good with that though? Yeah. It doesn't have to be long, I promise. Just share your heart with us a little bit. You ready, Shelby?
Yes, I can talk about this all day in my post, but we'll try to get it out. Okay, so when I had my son, it was a completely, not planned pregnancy, but totally a blessing in disguise, obviously. Me and my now fiance had just been dating for a little over a year, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do with life. I wasn't sure. I wasn't even sure if this was a relationship that I was wanting to stay in. So I had my son, and after that, those feelings really stuck with me, which led to some pretty severe postpartum depression. We had just moved to a new town where I didn't know anybody. And so I didn't have anybody. I didn't have anybody. And I was at a really, really bad place in my life. Up until Ash invited me to do this with her, and I really found my happiness again and my worth. And so, and then a year later, it helped me just all around be I found myself again. I was a total better person. I was a total better mom and friend and sister and daughter, and I got engaged, and it made my relationship 1,000 times better just because I was happy with myself. And knowing now I couldn't have ever been a good mom or a good partner because I wasn't good to myself. So how could I be good to anybody else? So that right there has been the biggest change for me. Like I said, I could write about it all day long and post about it, but when I get to talking about it, it really hits home for me because it is big. 5 years from now, get past that, and I'm out of my wine. 5 years from now, my fiance Tyler and I talk about this all the time. He's my number one supporter, and we are always talking about where are we going to be 5 years from now with Beachbody. And I know that we're going to be doing big things. 5 years from now, I am hoping to be building our dream home somewhere. I'm hoping to bring him home so that he's not working full time and we can be, because we want to have all the kids. So him being away all the time just now with one kiddo is hard. So we always talk about how awesome it would be to just have him home more and live in our dream home and just be genuinely really happy with ourselves and happy knowing that we've also helped to change so many other people's lives. So that is where I am envisioning myself 5 years from now because of Beachbody. So that's all I got. I gotta be done.
You're so good. I think everybody is like wiping away the tears and just completely felt your heart just then. And we are so happy you are here and so thankful that Ashley kept bugging you about the coaching opportunity.
I know. She was so annoying. I'm so happy she was so annoying.
Even though you were probably the gym girl that she thought, oh, she doesn't need this. So you guys don't count anybody out.
Yep.
Shelby's story goes to show you we are wrong a lot of times. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
That meant a lot. Ashley?
Okay, so thanks for making me follow Shelby. That's just like, okay. But yeah, I'm like all in the tears now. It's changed my life just by relighting my spark, honestly. This has been probably like one of the toughest years for me, just stress-wise and being overwhelmed. I'm a first-year teacher, which is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It's the most fulfilling and wonderful, but it's so hard and I never feel like I know what I'm doing, and I'm overwhelmed all the time and stressed out all the time. And I am halfway through my master's degree, which is also extremely overwhelming and stressful and terrifying all the time. And me and my husband have dealt with infertility for about 8 years. And so this year being 29 has been super hard. Just thinking, I don't know. I always thought like by the time I turned 30, I would just have a boatload of kids. And so it's just been a really tough year for me. And this has like just made me happy again. Like it's made me start taking care of myself and focus on me and what I need. And I talked about this on my story the other day, but I'm always pouring into everyone else's cups and making sure everyone else is taken care of and everyone else is okay. You know, my whole day consists of everyone else. And this has given me my time to focus on like what I need and to take care of me, which has been huge. And 5 years from now, I want to be doing all the things in Beachbody. I really want to take this as far as I can. But 5 years from now, I'd really like to be in a really good place with my health myself so that, you know, we can possibly have children. And I would love to one day stay home and raise children or adopt children and raise them and be able to be home with them. Man, now I just like lost my train of thought because I got emotional, but really I want to take it as far as I can, and I want to help as many people as I can because I needed it and I didn't even know that I needed it. And I feel like there's so many people out there who don't know that they need it that I can help them. Yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. You have so much going on, and yet here you are putting yourself first. And look at how much it's pouring into everything else. Like you said, your coworkers are starting to notice a difference, and it's just so incredible. We're so thankful that you finally said yes to Leslie. I know she was so excited, and it's been such an honor to get to know you over the last couple weeks. And I know we will get to know each other even better over the next several years. So thank you so much, Ashley. Veronica,
Yep.
you
I
ready?
don't want to follow them.
I know.
They're both so good. So after I joined Beachbody, I kind of touched on this. I was feeling really, really depressed beforehand. I just really didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel like I was being a good wife. I didn't feel like I was in any fit shape to be a mom, and I knew that that's something that I was really called to do. And so Beachbody and this group gave me hope, I guess, more than anything. Like, it just made me feel like even if I wasn't where I wanted to be right now, like, I could get there because everybody around me that I was surrounding myself with was getting to their goals. And so I think that, it's helped me feel good about myself. I'm able to, a year ago, had I looked in the mirror after I had a baby and had, a flabby tummy and all that sort of stuff, I would have probably vomited. But instead, what I did is I decided to go and put on my pre-pregnancy jeans and look in the mirror and be like, damn, yeah, I have a muffin top, but I got them buttons. That's huge. And so it's just, I think, more than anything, it's just completely changed my mindset and allowed me to look in the mirror and love what I see. Even if it's not where I want to be right now, I'm still able to look at myself and say, you're working towards your goals, and that's more important than being where you want to be. And in 5 years, I want to be home. I want this business to take me so far, and I want to be home with my son, and if we have more kids, that would be great too. I want to be able to bring my husband home because he runs his own business right now and he loves it, but I can see that it's draining him. And sorry, I'm going to start crying. I can see that it's, he loves what he does, but it doesn't bring him the same amount of joy that it used to. And so I would love to be able to give him the freedom to go back to doing what he does for fun instead of having it try and support us. But yeah, I'm just really thankful for this whole group and this whole business. And I can't believe that out of all of the, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Beachbody teams out there, that I got lucky enough to stumble upon this one.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing. And we're getting emotional with all of you guys tonight. Jeez. You guys, thank you, Ashley and Shelby and Veronica, for sharing your hearts, for sharing with us what you've done to move your business forward, giving our incredible team the advice that you've been given, and then just giving us all the feels and helping us remember why we are doing this, and helping us. I hope you guys, because I know I'm sitting here thinking about my vision, 5 years from now, and how Beachbody is going to take us there. And I hope you guys are doing the same thing. I hope that you heard tonight just the overarching consensus of the fact that these women were invited to an incredible opportunity, and we are the ones that get to continue to pay that forward. So don't ever feel like we are doing somebody a disservice, or that we are getting on somebody's nerves, or that we don't know how they're going to respond if we invite them, because you never know who that next Shelby or Ashley or Veronica is going to be, that you are the person giving them the gift of not just life back, but getting to live an extraordinary life, right? We've got the tools to put in people's hands to be physically fit, to be financially fit, to be mentally and emotionally fit. We have all those, right? And we can share that with others to do this with us. So go out there, grab the people that mean the most to you, and get them on board doing this with you. And I know sometimes the people we love the most can be the hardest, right? There's people that I still love the most 4 years later that I still have not been able to bring along with me, but I'm still talking about it. I'm still inviting them because I know how much they mean to me and how much Beachbody means to me, and I want them to be a part of it with me. So I love you guys so much. I love this team. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you, ladies, for taking the time away from your family to share with us. We will see you guys in the team page. I'm so proud of y'all, and let's make the rest of April amazing. Good night, you guys.